Hello everyone, it's Natalie and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you my new books. So this video is about my book haul. This book I've bought recently. So let's start. Here are these books and let's start with the first one. So it's Away with the Penguins by Hazel Pryor. The plot of this book. Veronica McCready lives in a mansion by the sea. She loves a nice cup of tea and a good wildlife documentary. And she's never seen without her ruby red lipstick. Although these days Veronica is rarely seen by anyone because at 85 her days are spent mostly at home, alone. Veronica doesn't have family or friends nearby, not that she knows about, anyway, and she has no idea where she's going to leave her considerable wealth when she dies. But today Veronica is going to make a decision that will change everything. This book reminds me A Man Called Uwe by Frederick Bachman. So I think that this has the same vibe, like reconsidering your life when you are a pensioner. So I think that this will be interesting, and I've already started to read this. I'm on the page 16. It's quite interesting, and I hope that I like this book. The next is Patrick Ness, The Knife of Never Letting Go. So this is the first part of the series which called Chaos Walking. There is a movie, and I wanted to read this book like maybe for 2 or 3 years, and finally I've got it. By the way, I've got it from another person, so this isn't new, and it was quite cheap, and I was surprised that it has black edges, and it was a surprise, a good surprise. The plot of this book. Prentice Town isn't like other towns. Everyone can hear everyone else's thoughts in a constant, overwhelming noise. There is no privacy. There are no secrets. Then, just 1 month away from the birthday that will make Todd Havitt a man, he unexpectedly stumbles on a spot of complete silence, which is impossible, and now he's going to have to run. I hope that I like this book, and I'll continue to collect this series. And I think that like for the second-hand book, it has quite good condition. So, um, let's go to the next. Next is Anatomy, a love story by Dana Schwartz. This book is hyped, and this has 2 parts. But when I read the plot of this book, I think that it's quite interesting, and I've decided to read it by myself. So the plot. Despite being thrown out of Dr. Beckham's lectures, Hazel is determined not to compromise on her ambitions. Without official lessons, Hazel will need more than just her books. She'll need corpses to study. Lucky that she's just made the acquaintance of someone who digs them up for a living. Unfortunately, Jack has his own problems. Dangerous men are skulking around the cemeteries, his friends are disappearing off the streets, and the city slums are plagued with a mysterious illness. Nobody seems to care until Hazel. With so much on the line, Hazel and Jack must work together to uncover the secrets buried beyond their unmarked graves in the very heart of the Edinburgh Society. So I think it's interesting, and I like books where women fight back because, like as I know about this book, that our main heroine, she's a doctor, but in the 19th century, if I'm not mistaken, and she's not allowed to do her practice to study. That's why she decides to do it by herself. I think that it will be interesting. The next book is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So this series of books are also hyped, and I've decided to try it. I know that this book was published in 2020, but it's still hyped, and I've read about this book. So it has this series has 4 parts, and this is the first one. The plot: a $1 billion fortune. Avery has a plan. Keep your head down, work hard for a better future. Then an eccentric billionaire dies, leaving her almost his entire fortune. And no one, least of all Avery, knows why. A deadly game. Now she must move into the mansion she inherited. It's filled with secrets and codes, and the old man's surviving relatives. A family hell-bent on discovering why Avery got their money. Winner takes all. Soon she is caught in a deadly game that everyone in this strange family is playing. But just how far will they go to keep their fortune? I think that it also will be stunning, and I know that in, for example, Ukrainian translations, this book considers like a teenager's book. I don't know. I think that adults also can read it, and I hope that this book won't let me down. The next one is Jeffrey Eugenides' Middlesex. I had this book in my home, but unfortunately, I've lost my home and my books. So I decided to buy it again, but in English. And the plot. The Stephanids family are confident their new baby will be a boy, but a rough pair of chromosomes descended from the slopes of Mount Olympus will survive war, bootleggers, and heartbreak to finally unite in Calliope Stephanidis, a baby girl who upsets all the odds. Growing up in Michigan, Calliope is the bearer of a family secret that turns her into Cal, the narrator of this intersex intergenerational epic. This book is about struggling, like when you don't know who you are. And I've read reviews about this book, and they were quite good. So I've decided to read it, and I hope that I won't be disappointed about it. Next is John Irwin, A Prayer of Owen Meany. I've read one book of John Irwin. It was The World According to Garp, and it was unusual. It was interesting, and I really liked this book, and I decided that John Irwin will be my one of my favorite authors. That's why I need to buy all of his books. The plot of this book: 11-year-old Owen Meany, playing in a Little League baseball game in Gravesend, New Hampshire, hits a foul ball and kills his best friend's mother. Owen doesn't believe in accidents. He believes he is God's instrument. What happens to Owen after that 1953 foul ball is both extraordinary and terrifying. So it's kind of gripping plot, and I have no doubt that I like this book, and I like the style of John Irving. I know maybe it's too early to judge of his style, because I've read only one book, but I don't know. I think that this is totally my author. The next book is from the second-hand shop, and this is a classic. It's Herman Melville, Moby Dick. I've never read this book, despite of the fact that we learned this also in the university. But of course, I considered that this is boring. But now, when I saw this book in the shop and I decided to buy it, the first fact is I really like the cover. I really like this series of classics in Penguin Publishing. So, the condition of this book is not quite good, like, for example, Patrick Ness, but still it has full pages. I think that if I take this book, it will be a long journey because it has almost 600 pages, and the font is quite small, but still. So, Moby Dick is one of the most expansive feats of imagination in the whole of literature. The mad, raging Shakespearean tale of Captain Ahab's insane quest to kill a giant white whale that has taken his leg, and upon which he has sworn vengeance at any cost. A creation unlike any other, this is an epic story of fatal monomania and the deepest dreams and obsessions of mankind. So, of course, this book is the hard one because it's American romanticism, and I'm glad that I have it in my little library, and I hope that I will read it sometimes. And the last of my books is also from the second-hand shop. It's Andrea Levy, Small Island. I've read the Girl, Woman, Other recently, and I was quite impressed by this book. So this book has the similar topic. It's about Africans in England and their hard destiny. So, it's 1948 and England is recovering from a war. But at 21 Neville Street, London, the conflict has only just begun. Queenie Blythe's neighbors don't approve when she agrees to take in Jamaican lodgers, but Queenie doesn't know when or even if her husband will return. What else can she do? Gilbert Joseph was one of the many Jamaican men who joined the RAF to fight Hitler. But when he returns to England as a civilian, he doesn't receive the welcome he was expecting, and it's desperation that drives him to knock at Queenie's door. Gilbert's wife Hortense, who for years has longed for a better life in England, soon joins him. But London is far from the golden city of her dreams, and even Gilbert is not the man she thought he was. So the plot is quite interesting, and the rates of this book in Goodreads are mixed. But still, I want to read this book. I think that this is an interesting topic, and such kind of love in books, I like. Here are all my new books, and it's 8 in total, and I hope that all of them won't disappoint me. And that's all for today. That's all that I wanted to show you. Please tell me, do you read any of them? Did you like it? And subscribe to my channel, follow me in the Instagram, and goodbye.